Hey, beautiful. So I've been hiking and thinking about this idea about highly sensitive people. And what's been going through my head is HSP is the new dyslexia. And what I mean by that is that dyslexia was a condition, a physiological difference that was not well known by everybody until, I don't know, a decade ago, 2 decades ago, not that long. And before that, the people who grew up with dyslexia were really stigmatized and they all felt like something was wrong with them, that they were unable to read, that they couldn't learn as quickly as others, that it kind of made them dumb, only to find out years later that, oh my God, there's actually nothing wrong with them. They simply have a different brain and how they perceive visual cues. So when that happened, it was like this liberation for tons of people, because if I remember correctly, dyslexia affects, I think it's 15% of the population. So that's millions of people that finally had the stigma removed of not being as smart as others or having something wrong with them. And as I am learning about HSP, I've come to know about this about 2 years ago. So I'm still pretty new. I haven't dedicated myself to the study. I've read a little bit, listened to some videos, and journaled for things that I've noticed for myself in my life. But HSP is also a physiological difference. It's actually genetic. Our nervous system is built differently. There are areas of our brain around the insula that actually is activated more than in other people as a different kind of operation. We have more mirror neurons, and we perceive subtle things in the world more than other people. We process more information than others and feel emotions more deeply. The point is that it is also a physiological difference. And it affects, as far as the latest studies, 20 to 25% of the population actually has that different nervous system. And there is more and more talk about it. If you're aware of it, you can find information. But it's still not something that is out there for all parents to see. And I have found that even as I discovered that for myself, which was an amazing, life reframing, weeping experience for me, because it explained so much. And I imagine it's a little bit like somebody who finally is told that they were dyslexic and that there was nothing wrong with them and they were just different. So what I have found in my experience, and man, I had more ideas when I was walking. But anyway, what I have found in my experience is that even though people in my close circle, I've seen the videos that I made, and I've heard that I've discovered that I'm a HSP, there's kind of only my mom who has really taken the time to think, oh my God, how it would have been different if you had known and if we had known that you were physiologically different in how you perceived and processed information of the world. So even though the information is out there, it's either still received like, oh yeah, that HSP thing, or yeah, but mind over matter or whatever. It is not yet viewed the same way as if you came out and said, hey, I'm dyslexic. Nowadays, if somebody says, hey, I'm dyslexic, right away, something is triggered in people's minds, right? There's kind of there's an embrace, I think, that come when somebody says that, and right away we can imagine what kind of childhood they had and the challenges and difficulties that they faced in not being understood. So one of the things that I want to say is, well, first of all, if you think you might be a highly sensitive person, there is one book that I read. It's by Elaine Aron, and I will link it in the description of this video. There are also lots of videos now you can research and you can find out if it's you. There are some tests that you can do online for free, just with some criteria that will tell you if you're part of the tribe. So if you think you might be, do the research yourself. And it will be a great relief if you find out. It's going to explain so much about your life. 2, if somebody in your family or in your close circle or your spouse tells you, oh my God, I just realized I'm an HSP, what I would suggest is educate yourself, because it is part of the reality of the relationship at that point. And there are things that once you understand, just like with a dyslexic person, you might make your notes differently or organize things differently in the house so that it's perceived the right way by that person. HSP, if you're educated, it's going to make the relationship so much better. And if you want life to be easier for your loved one, just take the time to understand what it is, because it's a real physiological thing. Imagine that somebody would tell you, what else could I say? I don't know, another medical condition that is well known, and you would say, ooh, let me learn about this. Well, HSP is something that needs to be learned about as well. Oh, I had so many other ideas when I was walking. Darn it. Anyway, so the point of this video that is incomplete, but it's going to be complete this way for this time, and when my ideas come back, I will share them, is that HSP is the new dyslexia, in the sense that there is a stigma that existed around dyslexia that made that a subset of the population was not understood and judged unfairly and not supported in becoming all that they could be. And it's the same with HSP. And I believe that in time, the more of us speak about it and the more it becomes known in the medical system, in the psychological, in teachers, in parenting and all that, it will also at some point become as easy as being diagnosed with dyslexia, and it will simply be a fact and no longer something that leaves people feeling like there's something wrong with them and that they are different and that somehow it's them that are at fault, when in fact we are blessed with a finely tuned nervous system, brain, mirror neurons to be able to perceive and to really empathize, and it's a whole different experience. It can be overwhelming, but the more we understand, just like dyslexia, the more we will know how to teach young people how to move in the world with that, and adults who didn't know before to start to embrace who they are, who we are, and to start thinking, okay, it's actually cool. This is who I am. This is how I was divinely created. This is the way that I was designed. This is my nervous system. This is my brain. I've got a function and a role in the world, because without us, there would definitely be something missing in the world. I did another video, I'm going to link it, where I say what is our place in the world and who we are. So we are the gentle souls and the mediators and the artists and the counselors and all these things that require a deep humanity and understanding of the environment and of human nature. So that's it for today. A little bit all over the place, but like I said last week, I am focused on writing my book. So took a hike today just to clear my head a little bit. Had these thoughts about HSP, and I thought, okay, this will be my video for next Sunday. Woohoo! It's done. I'll see you soon. Have a great week. Oh, Don't forget to subscribe. Do you know that even though YouTube puts ad in front of my videos, that I actually do not benefit from that? Until a YouTuber has 1,000 subscribers and a few other criterias, we cannot benefit from any of the ads or other things that are around our channel. It's all YouTube that benefits from that. So as soon as I have 1,000 subscribers, I can link more videos that are not my own. I can send you to web page. I can give you references, and I can start benefiting from the ads instead of giving that money to YouTube. So subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, I just remembered something else I wanted to mention. The other day I was reading an article about HSP, and the writer was saying, trying to explain HSP to a non-HSP is like trying to explain colors to a blind person. And that just goes to show what a challenge we have, because it is something physiological that if it's not how you are designed, it's really, really difficult to understand. So until the medical system or I don't know who will start bringing out data about this to explain physiologically what it is, we have quite a job ahead of us to try to have people understand. However, the most important person to understand is us. Because if you are a HSP, whether people around you get it or not is actually not the most important thing. The most important thing is that we understand and recognize how we are designed and find all the gifts and all the tricks of how to manage this and how to accommodate and how to use and how to be of service with what we have to bring to the world. I think that's it now. Bye.